Historical background. The Great Emu War of 1932 is a quirky and often humorous episode in Australian history, where the military was deployed to combat a large population of emus wreaking havoc on farmland. Objective of the story: this narrative aims to explore the peculiar events of the Great Emu War, highlighting the circumstances leading to the conflict, the military's involvement, and the outcome of the battle. The emu problem in Australia. Emu population boom. In the aftermath of World War I, Australia experienced an explosion in the emu population, exacerbated by land clearing and agricultural development. Crop damage. The growing emu population encroached on farmland, causing extensive damage to crops and leading to economic losses for farmers. Farmer complaints. Frustrated farmers voiced their concerns to the government, seeking assistance in controlling the emu population and mitigating the damage to their livelihoods. Military intervention. Government response. In response to the escalating emu problem, the Australian government decided to deploy the military to assist farmers in culling the emu population. Plan of action. The military devised a plan to use soldiers armed with machine guns to cull the emus, viewing it as a straightforward military operation. First engagement. The military's initial attempts to cull the emus were met with limited success, as the agile birds proved difficult to hit with the machine guns. Challenges faced by the military. Emu agility. Emus are fast and agile birds, capable of running at speeds of up to 50 km per hour, making them challenging targets for the soldiers. Terrain. The rugged and expansive terrain of the Australian outback presented additional challenges for the soldiers, hindering their efforts to effectively cull the emus. Logistical issues. The logistical challenges of operating in remote areas compounded the difficulties faced by the military, including transportation and supply issues. Second engagement and aftermath. Second military operation. Following the initial setbacks, the military launched a second operation to cull the emus, employing alternative strategies to improve effectiveness. Limited success. Despite some success in reducing the emu population, the military operation ultimately fell short of its objectives, with a significant number of emus surviving the cull. Public perception. The Great Emu War garnered widespread attention and amusement both domestically and internationally, with many viewing it as a humorous and absurd spectacle. Political fallout. Criticism and ridicule. The failure of the military to decisively resolve the emu problem led to criticism and ridicule from the public and the media, questioning the government's decision to deploy the military for such a task. Political fallout. The Great Emu War became a source of embarrassment for the Australian government, highlighting the absurdity of using military force against wildlife. Legacy. The legacy of the Great Emu War endures as a quirky and light-hearted chapter in Australian history, serving as a reminder of the country's unique wildlife and the ingenuity of its people. Long-term solutions. Alternative measures. In the aftermath of the Great Emu War, alternative measures, such as fencing and non-lethal deterrence, were implemented to mitigate the emu problem and protect farmland. Environmental conservation. The Great Emu War underscored the importance of environmental conservation and the need to balance human interests with wildlife preservation. Humorous anecdote. Despite its failure to achieve its objectives, the Great Emu War remains a humorous anecdote in Australian folklore, celebrated for its absurdity and eccentricity. Reflections on wildlife conflict. Lesson learned. The Great Emu War serves as a humorous reminder of the challenges of wildlife conflict and the complexities of human-wildlife interactions. Subscribe for more untold stories. Subscribe to our channel for additional episodes uncovering quirky and unusual stories from history. Join us as we explore untold narratives that entertain, inform, and inspire.